Welcome to Coyote Game Day. This is Preston Dakota Assistant Sports Editor Jeremy Hoeck, and we've got a new setup. As you can tell, we've got a different wood backdrop this week, and so we're trying to mix it up every week for these little game previews. James has been doing some Yankton Bucks game preview videos, and I've been doing USD as we started last week. And looking at USD's game this week, they've got Northwestern Oklahoma State coming into the Dome. Now, you might have heard about the USD's game last Saturday, a big 41-38 win at Minnesota. That's been the talk of the college football world. I don't think that's an understatement. Everybody in the area, in the state, has been talking about the Coyotes and their big win. Ed Meyercourt, the coach at USD, has been interviewed numerous times. He puts it at about 75 interviews, which seems like a lot, but you can imagine there's a lot of hype around the Coyote football program right now. I had the chance to talk to Ed this week, as well as Athletic Director David Saylor. They were both really high on the win. And now the interesting thing here is to watch is how USD transitions from the big win until this week's game with Northwestern Oklahoma State, an NAIA school. So you can tell there's a bit of a disparity in the levels USD is preparing for. And preparing for the Rangers of Northwestern Oklahoma State is something that Coach Meyercourt talked about this week.
They're not going to look like the Gophers did or Central Florida did, but nevertheless, they've had 2 weeks to prepare for us. They're going to come here, try to win a football game. I think they're a good team.
And now for Northwestern Oklahoma State, the Rangers, as they're known, had the chance to talk with head coach Keith Bearfield. He's in his third season down there at the NAIA school. It's a school of about 2,200 students, so it's not tiny, but it's significantly smaller than USD. Obviously, they come in as the underdog. That's no surprise there. The Rangers are 0-1. They lost to Colorado State Pueblo 2 weeks ago, so they've had plenty of time to prepare for the Coyotes. And that's something that Coach Meyercourt also talked about, was giving that team 2 weeks to prepare. And as Keith Bearfield, their coach, joked with me today on Friday when I talked to him on the phone, he kind of joked that he would almost prefer having 6 or 7 weeks to prepare for USD instead of 2. He was saying that his team watched, obviously with significant interest, they watched the USD Minnesota game last weekend, and he kind of joked with me that he thought when that game was over that, we've got to prepare. How are we going to prepare for that team? And he makes no qualms that his team is the underdog. I mean, they come in at their level, at the NAIA level, Division II, they come in with a pretty good offense from last year. Now we'll see how that translates on the Division I field. The Coyotes have played a number of Division NAIA teams in the last 2 or 3 years since moving to Division I, so we kind of gotten to see what to expect from that. A couple years ago, USD played Culver Stockton, and last year they opened with William Penn, and now they play Northwestern Oklahoma. So there's, it's just one of those things where USD needs a game, and they needed to fill the schedule, and here comes Northwestern Oklahoma. And, to their credit, they come in with a pretty good offense, as I mentioned. I won't go through all the names, but you'll hear names like quarterback Kyle Yeck is how it's pronounced. It's actually J-E-C-H. It's Yeck. Running back Nate Galori, and wide receiver Corey Williams. So those are just some names I'm going to throw at you. You can kind of remember them, you can kind of ignore them, it's up to you. We'll see how much they get involved in the game on Saturday. Again, USD plays Northwestern Oklahoma Saturday afternoon at 4 p.m. It's the home opener over in the Dakota Dome in Vermillion. P&D will be there. I'll have a live game chat going at www.yankton.net/Coyote Game Day. Almost gave James props for his. The Bucks one is YHS Game Day. I get those mixed up quite a bit. So it's Coyote Game Day. I'll have a live chat going. You can ask me questions. Last week, the live chat, I do have to say, was really good. We had almost 70 readers, 70 comments almost. So we had quite a bit of interaction. I was really loving it. I don't know if that was because of the big game at Minnesota, but I really hope we keep that momentum going. So join in. We'll also have Twitter updates. You can check the Twitter updates on the blog. I'll mention those. We'll have Twitter updates from James Simbrek, our sports editor, myself, and a number of other people there will be tweeting, so make sure to follow those. Again, 4 o'clock on Saturday. For the Preston Dakotan, this is Jeremy Hoeck.